Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So Angela,
Yes. Okay.
you got it?
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. Go to the Hoondogs.
Yeah, exactly.
All
Those
right.
sticks out there.
What's that area called? Is that Lehigh? No.
No, it's the estates.
Oh, that's the estate?
Yeah, Golden Gate
Oh,
Estates.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Is it Immokalee Road?
You can get to it by from Immokalee, but
No, that's
it's
further down
taking
Pine
you
Ridge.
yeah, that's generally the quicker route, just because the traffic on Immokalee is terrible.
Okay.
But you can get to it, yeah, either
See,
way.
what the app is saying.
Yeah.
And you can correct me if you want to take another route.
Okay. Let's see what my Google Maps says here.
You've been working?
Yep.
In uniform? Wow.
I work for a cardiologist.
Okay. What do those do again? Cardiologist?
Heart doctor.
Oh, the cardio. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm his medical assistant.
Okay.
I was trying to get out of there earlier, but because we're going out of town tonight, and I wanted to get home and pack and everything, and
Oh,
I know it always happens when you're trying to leave that there's always a ton of stuff to do.
Right.
You know, I got stuck on the phone with a lady for like 15 minutes, and I was like, Karen, I'm like, okay, I'm like, any other questions? Got it. All right. Pretty sure we went over this like 5 times now. They just, a lot of them, it's obviously, as you can imagine, a much older demographic.
Exactly.
But a lot of them just want somebody to talk to. Just want someone to listen to them talk, and they either widowed or don't have any, family around or whatever, and they just want to talk.
and you give them the time?
I do. I've been with
sweet.
him like 4.5 years now, so I know most of the patients pretty much off the top of my head what's wrong with them, who they are, or whatever. And you get to know people off, in that amount of time, and I'm kind of a sort of personable person. Like, I'll kind of have a conversation with anybody, but
Angela, would you mind if I record the conversation for my YouTube channel?
No, go ahead.
You don't mind?
No. Oh, I look like shit, but okay.
No. No, you're coming from work, so don't, there's no makeup
cool.
here.
That's awesome. That's a good idea.
Maybe. I don't know yet. I just started.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I was doing a podcast with a friend of mine that lives in Rhode Island.
Okay.
This is a while ago, but we.
About what?
Well, it started out that it was gonna be on. He started it with his friend on addiction, and he had kind of overcome. He didn't really have any major problems, but he wanted to stop drinking and everything, and so he really just made an effort to change his lifestyle, and he did. And so he, it was gonna be just more of like an encouraging thing or whatever, and just people talking about real, real problems.
Can you take a look at this? So what do you prefer that I do here?
I think, Immokalee doesn't seem to be much slower. It's just as easy.
Let's just go to the highway.
Yeah, we'll go to the highway, and it's telling you to take Livingston. Yeah, I would go to 75.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So then just highway, and then Immokalee, and then,
Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
So, but the thing is if you're not really entertaining, whether you're talking about serious stuff or not, people, if my friend had kind of a very dry, monotone voice, and
like me though, a little bit.
Well, but
that's why I didn't catch on. think?
Initially, yes. So I told him, I said, you need to lighten it up a little bit. I'm like, it's not, I don't know, it's just not very, and he was not very watchable. And,
right.
So that kind of morphed into, like current events and just basically talking shit. And, he finally, because he lives in Rhode Island, and I kept joking around that, I'm like, well, when you need me, let me know, because I wanted to do it with him, but he wanted he wanted people to be in person and not have to do it remotely. And he finally realized after not long that definitely needed another voice to kind of mix it up.
Right.
And because I'm kind of shot out, I don't have much of a filter, and I'm kind of smart ass, and you know what I mean. Exactly. So there's that spontaneity, I guess. It was kind of lacking, and we did it for a while, but he was so wanted everything to be completely, perfect. I said, we're just starting out, it's not, if you go on other, podcasts and things like that, it's, their early ones are the sound, the audio might not be completely perfect. There may be some background noise there, but there's always, it's a learning process, and he pretty much taught everything to himself, all the technical parts of it, because it is very involved, and like from a technical standpoint. And so it kind of, he was never happy with the episodes or anything, and finally I just said, I'm like, well,
yeah, it didn't work
it didn't work out, and but it definitely,
but you guys gave it a good
we
shot.
did, and it really opened up the possibility of doing it, because I know, like, with the right people, it could work, because there are people making millions and millions of dollars now for just being idiots and recording it, and it's like, I'm definitely not stupid. I have a decent amount of intelligence about a decent amount of stuff, and kind of witty, it's, I think it would be entertaining if you have the right dynamic, but I just don't have the time, really, because it definitely is, it takes dedication. You have to, find content, and
plus the right dynamic also comes from the other persons that you're talking to.
Right, exactly.
Because you're very talkative, I can tell. That's also why I ask, right?
Yeah.
And so, because that's nice content also for my channel. Mm. But there's a lot of people that are just so quiet, and then I'm not very entertaining either. I'm not much of a talker, really.
Right.
And so I need my customers to be sort of like fun people, or just be interesting, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it's really like it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Right? And so.
But the YouTube channel, though, that was where I kept encouraging to kind of lean more towards that rather than just audio, a podcast. And
because a lot of people do both, right?
Right, exactly.
They put a camera on and record a podcast that way, and then publish in both mediums.
Exactly, and but that was just a whole nother aspect to it, the camera and the lighting and all this, and that just made it, he was even more particular.
Are you actually saying that I could also publish this as a podcast?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's called Twitch, is the platform that he used. It's a lot of gamers and stuff will record, like.
But is it Twitch for live streaming?
Yes. So it wouldn't be
for this.
No, but I'm trying to think. But there are ways to. I'm trying to think what the other one was. Twitch and Anchor. I know Anchor is like an app or something to kind of get you started to do a podcast. But
I'll look it up.
I know that. Yeah, that's true, because Twitch is live. So although I don't.
Which with podcasts works well.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if it was only live, because we never did a live one.
Oh, no, you didn't?
Well, maybe he was streaming while we were doing it, and then the recorded ones were gonna go on YouTube. I don't know. Honestly, I'm so not technical at all.
Oh,
I
okay.
was just like, I'm just gonna be the entertainment. I'm like, I can tell me when to be there or when to log on, and sit there, and I'll be, get ready and look pretty and be the
entertainment.
Yeah, I'm like, because the technical parts of it, I couldn't even.
But it is an interesting subject, though, because a lot of people struggle with that. A lot of people struggle with drugs, struggle with booze, and then just too much of that stuff just derails your life.
Right. Well, I guess his whole mindset was that he didn't really get down to definitely not to the extent, or the depths of that some people do. It didn't, he never had a DUI, he never, whatever, he just didn't feel healthy, and I think it was kind of depression was a lot of it, and didn't, he was spending money on pot, and he would, do Xanax here and there, and do some blow on the weekend, but it wasn't like an everyday thing, a habit that he was, heavily addicted to, as far as like opiates or anything that it
was not a real addiction.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It was so it was kind of like, his point was that you don't have to let your life go completely down the toilet to change it,
Well, once it's down the toilet, it's hard to do a podcast, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah, right. Yeah, they're not
You
people broadcasting from under the bridge usually.
She said while we drove under the bridge.
I know, that's why I said. But yeah, there's a couple ones that I found. There's one that these two girls do. It's called Ladies and Tangents, and they're two cousins, and it's literally them just sitting on the couch, talking shit. They talk about what they ate for dinner the other day, what they talk, but they are actually very open. I mean, they talk about like farting and periods and this and that, all stuff that you would not really think that women would just be, so comfortable and open talking about, but they're actually really funny, and because they're cousins but they're best friends, and so they have good dialogue. And my best friend my whole life, she unfortunately moved up to Vermont now, but her and I are the same way, and I kept telling her, I'm like, Alex, we
should do something like
we need to do this, and she was on board, but she just had her son, well, he turned 2 now, so she was still rather, with a new kid, a new baby, and they were moving, and she had a lot going on, so it just wasn't really in the cards for her right then. But I've told her, I said, someday we need to.
It could still happen. I mean, if you have that chemistry with somebody else, that's what you need, right?
And
maybe once in a while have a nice guest on the show or something.
Yep, I think so too. But I definitely know that it's a learning process, and things are not going to be perfect out the gate.
That is so true. I'm learning every time too. I now notice that the end titles of my videos, they go straight over still a conversation that we're having. So now I have to add music at the end with a black screen for my end titles.
Oh yeah, right.
So yeah, okay.
Things like that, exactly. Okay, so next time now and it's not. It's
actually the most work. This is like I'm driving for Uber right now, or Lyft. So the cameras are just rolling, but the work starts when I get home.
Exactly.
And that's when the editing.
And I think because he was the only one doing all that part of it, and it was very tedious and very time consuming, and because he was still new to it himself, every 20 minutes he'd send me, would you like this or you like this, and you got to make thumbnails, and and do you like this font or this font? I'm like, people like, it does matter, but like, just get it out there, get the content out there,
and let's see how people respond.
In
my case, for example, I'm having a lot of views. Well, I mean, a lot, I don't know, but like at the moment I'm getting like 100, 200 views a day.
Oh wow.
Which is something, but we only have three subscribers. Nobody subscribes.
Nobody subscribes,
no,
right?
Nobody.
Yeah.
And so
that's.
and I can see also, that it's not like something you would want to follow, I guess. I don't know. It's just like, I need a lot more views, I guess, to get to the subscribers, I guess.
Right. And that's the thing, too, is that I would try to remind them that, like, if you go back to certain YouTubers and their channels or whatever, for years, they'll be 2, 3, 4 years before they actually had any significant views or whatever. I mean, that's just an example. It isn't always that long, but usually in the beginning, it takes a little while to build a base,
right.
Fan
and
base.
I'm expecting that also.
Well, I think it's a very interesting, or it's a good idea, because I immediately equated it to the Taxi Cab Confessions
oh, really?
on HBO.
Oh gosh.
So that I used to love that show. They have saw some weird shit in there, and but I'm sure you
team, man. That was a whole setup, like
and see, that was before everybody had a YouTube channel. I mean, that was 20 years ago. Really was on routinely, and they would just put a video camera in real cabs, and it just the interesting ones, I'm sure they would air, but obviously it was for HBO. It wasn't a YouTube channel, because that changes the content you can have. But I'm sure in Naples you probably don't have a whole lot of people trying to have sex in the bag or something, or do a because that I think they were in Vegas.
Okay.
So that was some interesting cab rides in Vegas.
Right.
But no, that's pretty. That's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
And but it's true though. Naples has people from all walks of life. And it's also a lot of foreigners actually. It's very interesting.
Oh yeah.
Like today I had a girl from South Africa.
Oh wow.
And those, like the seasonal workers, they're all foreigners. I had no clue.
A lot, yeah.
So
a lot of them
are not like Americans that come down. No, they're just from abroad. And here's something happened. Shit. I hope everybody's okay. These seasonal workers, I find that interesting, because when they're from abroad, like, all other cultures and languages, and what do you like about this place, what don't you like,
right?
And most of them I've been here like too short to really give a lot of information, but it's,
I know a lot of people that come just for season in the off season, when it's everyone goes back up north, they'll follow the where it's busy, they'll go up north, and work for a season up there, and then they come back down here, so it's a lot of times they're not really haven't really fully like established in one place or another. They kind of just are drifters. But unfortunately, this area is the housing inflation, the rental, cost of living inflation in general is insane. So they are driving out all the working class. I live way out in bumfuck Egypt, excuse me, but BFE. That what?
You work all the way over there, and you live all the way over there. Wow.
And the other office that I used to go to, I used to go to both, is downtown by the hospital in Naples. But now, actually starting just next week, I'm going to be at the Bonita office all full time, which is great because I love it up there. But yeah, it's a good 45-minute drive.
It is.
And
you don't drive?
I not at the moment, no.
No, okay.
Yeah, I don't have my license because of a lawsuit. Not even because of any traffic issues. From a lawsuit from a minor car accident in 2014.
Oh, shit.
But I was in my mom's car and I wasn't a listed driver on the insurance.
Oh,
so
shit.
they
take your license away from you?
Because it's a court-ordered financial judgment. It's like as if
really? Somebody
that doesn't pay child support, that is ordered to pay child support, if they don't pay it, they take your license. So if you have like any sort of debt to the government, but not IRS, but to like if you have unpaid tickets or fines or whatever, they can
take your license.
Take your license, yeah, exactly. Which is
well, what good does that do to
exactly
them?
right, exactly. It's asinine because how am I supposed to get to work to pay off your stupid? You know, I ended up filing bankruptcy because it was $70,000 that I got sued for, and more than one lawyer told me that you'll recover from bankruptcy a lot quicker than you will trying to pay off $70,000. It was 69 and change, 69,000.
Right. And so let me get this straight, because this is like, I'm a foreigner, and this is sort of interesting to learn how this works. Is that you got in a car accident in your mom's car, but you were not listed as a driver. Right. But the car had an insurance. Right. And in that case, when you make a boo-boo, let's say, assume that was your mistake, you're not insured?
No, because she had full coverage, and because it involved another car, maybe. If it would have just been like vehicle damage to the vehicle, or even maybe property damage or something, but because they had to pay out, basically the woman that I hit totally milked it, because the accident it didn't even damage her truck. She was in a big old steel frame F-150, and the brakes they kind of went all the way to the floor, and in my car, so I was slowing down, but wasn't braking in time, and so I swerved and I broke the headlight and like damaged the bumper of my mom's car, and her truck had like nothing. There was I think a little bit of paint transfer. And she got out of the truck and was like, my back, my neck. She was freaking out. Even the cops were like, okay, ma'am, relax, we're transporting you to the hospital, you
think she put that in the scene?
No, I think she did it on purpose. I think because anytime you get rear-ended, it's always the person behind you's fault. Right. So she put that in scene,
she wasn't really having any pain.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't.
Especially if she's in a big truck.
Right. Exactly. The amount of the dramatization that she had given, that she was exaggerating everything was so inaccurate compared to the amount of damage, or the actual accident itself. Right. And so no, I think it was actually two women, and they were, let's just say, like, not your top notch class people. I mean, I know one lady hardly had any teeth, and whichever way, that's not here nor there, but they were, by appearance, they seemed like they probably were kind of either poor or had a rough life, if you will, put it that way. Right. And so I think they
they were smart to milk you out.
Right. So
what I'm surprised by, though, is that, let's say I let my son is not a driver listed on his insurance, and I let him drive my car, and he gets into an accident, and you're saying that my insurance is not fully covering for everything.
I mean, that's what, and my mom had Geico too, and she had full coverage Geico, and what their stance on it was that, I think it's because they got sued. The ladies' insurance company, or the people I hit, tried to sue Geico, I guess. I don't really know how all that works, to be honest. But Geico said, they dropped my mom, and they said, nope, we're not paying for anything, because she wasn't listed. She wasn't listed as a driver. And I
better double check that with my insurance as well.
Yeah, I definitely would.
I would very easily say, oh, here are the keys, take the car to whoever, my sister-in-law.
Right. I do, all the time.
You of course grab my car. You need it for a moment, and you cannot list every family member on your insurance, so it should cover for that. Maybe because, like you said, that you got sued. Right. That then the insurance didn't cover for that part. Yeah. Because you weren't listed. But I still want to find out. I'm gonna.
I would definitely verify that, because
it's always the small letters. Jeez,
yeah, right. But well, I guess, and it kind of, if you think about it, say somebody that you happen to let drive just down to the gas station or whatever, to the store, if they have you know, a really bad driving record and have had multiple tickets and accidents and traffic offenses that were their fault and whatever, that person, for them to be covered on your policy would generally go up a lot because of their driving history.
I get it. Yeah, that is true.
So if now, say it's somebody that has never had a ticket and is a safe driver and blah, 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 your policy's not going to go up that much because they figure, well, this person isn't very likely to cost us money.
Right.
So that kind of made sense to me when I looked at it that way, that I'm sure that that is the case as far as someone having to be listed on the policy to, because they'll even ask you to put sometimes, like who all lives in the household on your insurance policies, and because they are technically an excluded driver if they are not covered. If you don't, and you know, have them actively covered on the policy, I guess, or included in the policy.
I still find that strange though. In my country, that's a little different.
Oh, America's.
Yeah, I know that in here you have to be careful not to get sued, and that's what happened to you. So how long are you without a driver's license? Until you pay the
this
debt?
has been going on 2 years now, because the car accident was in 2014 and the lawsuit happened in 2017. It actually was me and my mother that were sued, but she passed away. And so then everything fell on me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. And so it was a good 3+ years later that I even got a letter about anything that, this Rosemary Rosado, whatever her name was, is, you know, you're being summoned to go to court. And because, and it wasn't even, in Florida, it's, like I said, that's the just standard, is if you hit somebody from behind, it's your fault. But they had in the report that it was mechanical error because the cop could see that the brakes went all the way around. There's probably error in the brake line. My mom's idiot boyfriend at the time had changed the brakes probably 2 days before that. And
that's what cost
I was on the way home from work, and they were kind of like not as sensitive as they were, but I didn't, I was like 20 something years old and girl, I didn't really think much of it. And I had, bigger stuff to worry about. And they just went, it wasn't like I had an indication, I just went to push on the brakes and all of a sudden it didn't work, so they could see that it was mechanical error, but that's still is my fault because I should have had the car up to proper, function. But yeah, so that's been really interesting, and it's I've gone through hell and back trying to get this stupid license, and even more of a, let's show you how screwed up the state of Florida is. If my license were to have been suspended because of, say, like a DUI or reckless driving or too many traffic points or whatever, I would qualify for a hardship, which is at least you could drive to work, school, and church, I think, and the grocery store, whatever. But because it's financial, I don't qualify. I'm like, which just blows my mind.
Your mind. Because then how are you able to pay the debt? Basically, now your money is going to Uber and to Lyft.
Exactly.
So it's so much harder now. I also don't understand that. I mean, it's not like a sign of like drinking and driving. It's not a sign of bad driving. Right. If your car broke down, that's not your fault, basically.
Right. But it doesn't even matter what the cause from the lawsuit was. It's just the fact that I got sued. I could have got sued for, say, if I was had some sort of like handy person business or whatever, something that if I got like sued by somebody for not malpractice, but what's a civil suit, basically. It doesn't have to necessarily be from a car accident. People sue each other all the time for other monetary reasons, but it's just any lawsuit would have happened, it would suspend it. So yeah,
Yeah, it's weird, and you can also not fight this. You cannot.
Mm-hmm.
So
There's
that is basically
not
what
a
you just said, yeah.
damn thing I can do about it until I just get done with this stupid bankruptcy, which I have. It's like, oh my gosh.
And when will you be done with that?
Well, it's done. It's filed. We are waiting on. Everything is hurry up and wait. Now I've got to wait for the trustee, who's apparently this person here that accepts the bankruptcy or processes it on the court's end.
Mm-hmm.
They get to go through and pick apart every little document and every, billing statement or whatever. And question and ask for, more information on this and more information on that and blah, blah, blah. And, it's just, so it's taking forever.
That takes a long time.
Yeah. And I mean, this was supposed to be done last year, about a year ago. And it's it's been like,
I'm sorry for you to go through all of that.
Thank you. I mean, it sucks, but what am I gonna do?
No, it shouldn't be like that. You're a hard-working, honest woman, and things shouldn't be hard on us like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be a deal with the bank, how to pay back the debt, or go into bankruptcy because you're not able to pay the debt.
And that, and at least,
give the lady her driver's license.
Right, it's like they can see that the process is happening to release me from the debt. Like it's just especially here, especially in Collier and Lee in this area, anything, it's all about money. Anything they can do to keep you in the system is, they know the longer I don't have my license, the more of a chance it is that I'm gonna drive one day without it or get pulled over or get in trouble, and then there's that whole criminal's money, income side of it, the probation fee. It's about money. They will do whatever to, make it hard on people.
I'm telling you.
But
it's not justice. That is what it feels like, right?
Exactly.
There was just a minor accident, and you became the victim of the system.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. This is an example of the system failing.
Yeah.
Because it, but yet there's, like I said, people that have gotten multiple DUIs and things like that, or were racing and had an accident and hit somebody, whatever. That, but they get a hard time, like. And the crazy part is a judge, a circuit court judge, a county judge, cannot override the DMV. The DMV, even if a judge said, this is not right, this girl should have a license, I'm giving orders to reinstate it, the DMV can go, sorry, too bad, we don't care.
Oh, really?
Yes, they don't have to listen to
How is that? That does not sound right either.
I know.
Wait, the DMV is that's the bureau that hands out licenses.
Right. Department of Motor Vehicles.
And a judge cannot order them.
So they can, if a judge signed something that was releasing me from the debt, that would work. But as far as a judge kind of overriding it and saying, the bankruptcy's almost done, she's making the effort, she X, Y, whatever, and that overriding it, that would not work, no. So it's...
Wow, I learned so much in this, I better stop speeding.
Yeah, well, especially on the boulevard here, they love to...
Oh, they do?
Yeah, well, and you know what the messed up part is, too, is, like, especially out here, I mean, there's always, like, D-Tax or, undercover cars and stuff that you can... They're not marked cop cars, but they are usually somewhat identifiable. And they have a couple out here that they've got, like, stickers on the back of, like, a ballet thing of this. They've got, like, lights on it to, and under the wheels. I mean, they're just, you would never know.
Oh, you would never know?
No, you would never know until you see one pulled somebody over with, like, the lights and, the camouflage lights and stuff that are now illuminated.
I had a cop in the car, and he explained to me that as long as you go with the flow of the traffic, if everybody is speeding, then it's fine, because you're one of the many.
Right.
But if you're alone, like I just was, speeding, oh, I'll grab you, he says. And then it's 5 over is fine, but 10 over inside the city is not fine.
Yep, 5 you're fine, 10 you're mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely if you're with the flow of traffic, like on 75 even, you know, most people drive 80, you know, around there, and that's technically 10 over, but if they can't pull everybody over, you know. Now if you're weaving in and out and kind of just driving like an asshole, then they're, you know, that's
they'll grab you.
then you're kind of just asking for it. But
if everybody's doing 80 and you too, they'll won't come after you for that.
Right.
Late at night, you're the only one. No, 80, I believe it's fine, but like on the highway, you can do 10 over, I think.
Yeah. But you know, if they
yeah, I'm also a foreigner. I don't know if that makes a difference. You know, I don't want any problems.
What do you mean, go like doing 80 over, or?
No, I don't want any tickets.
Oh yeah,
you know,
of course
I mean, I'm a guest of this country, so to speak. You know.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I'm a permanent resident, but. Still,
you're a resident, but not a citizen, right?
Right.
Is that what you mean? Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Where are you from?
I'm from the Netherlands.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to like Sweden or Amsterdam, and oh my gosh, that would be yes, one day on my bucket list.
There you go.
Put it this way, I was born and raised here. I've never seen snow.
You haven't yet?
I've never seen snow.
Oh, really?
I've traveled to a couple places where it was cold. In New York one year for Christmas and all that, but it just never snowed. And I know, I was so pissed. But I'll tell people that and they're like, never? I'm like, doesn't snow much in Southwest Florida, you know, but that's every year I'm like, this year I'm like, damn it, we're gonna go north and drive till we see some snow and get out and rent a hotel, and I know I probably would be over it in about a half an hour. Yeah, I just want to make a snowman and like probably sled down a hill, and that's it. Because
that is so much fun.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to feel what it feels like. I don't, you know, like just experience it once.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all on the to-do list. It's just
because nobody's moving to New York to live in the snow. You know,
exactly.
They're all moving here, get away from the snow. But it's a nice experience. It definitely is. In
2021, or I'm sorry, in 2020. 21 or 22, I don't know, I forget, it might have been last year, the years are flying by, I forget. There was, I think 60 or 70,000 New Yorker residents that became registered Florida residents from New York alone.
Oh, really?
Yes, there was 65 or something around there, between 60 and 70,000 just
from New York.
Just from New York to Florida. Like, so you come, and that's like moving full-time residents, not like, oh, we're buying a house down here. Like, no, they're, you know, registering their cars, vehicles, whatever, becoming full-time Floridians. And, you know, that's a pretty good amount in 1 year from one state.
Right.
Yeah, but
you live here beautifully though. Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm renting right now, so it's not, there's the people that live, it's a split house, kind of like a duplex, and the people that live on the other side, like, they're kind of, I call it white trash heaven, because they got a lot of trucks, and they're just not super particular about what the outside of the house looks like, and like my little side, I've got all my plants, and I try to keep it nice, and you know, but definitely this is a temporary place. But
let's see, where is it?
Oh, left, right here. This one.
Which one?
This one, yeah. If it were up to me, I would have this all cleaned up and, you know, just looking nice, but
Yeah, but you're still nice. I like the environment here.
Yeah, it is.
The forest and everything.
Great part. It's 3 acres fenced in.
Yeah.
The dogs have, you know, you can let them out, no problem.
Yeah.
And to the right, yeah.
You to the right?
Yeah.
Go further to the back?
No, just to the side here, like a little further, you know, up by past the fence here, yeah. But you definitely get more bang for your buck out here, but that's for sure.
All right. Well, nice talking to you.
It was very nice talking to you.
Thanks for the information as well.
Yeah, hopefully it's
really
beneficial, and hopefully I get the most views that you have. Right?
I guess I do.
Hi, YouTubers, you should subscribe.
Please.
Please. And I will. So this card. Do you do rides like if like without Lyft? If we set something up.
Usually
like,
I don't.
No, usually. Okay.
Usually I don't, because I'm really like, okay, I want to work, I switch it on, and then when I'm done, I'm tired, I switch it off.
So it's kind of sporadic. Okay.
I don't plan rides.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
But thanks anyway.
All
right, nice talking to you. And the video should be online like maybe tonight or tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Have a good New Year's.
Thanks. You too. Happy New Year. Bye bye.